Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. So today I am going to do a get ready with me mixed in with a Q&A kind of style. So I posted on Instagram for you to ask me some questions. You guys had a lot of good questions. I'm so excited to answer them. Hopefully you will get to know me a little bit as well. So get your coffee because it's probably going to be a long video. So we're just gonna sit down and create a beautiful matte smoky eye look. So I'm gonna play with the Jeffree Star Orgy palette today. So I am loving this palette. This is the perfect brown matte palette. I love every single color, especially for wedding looks. This will be so beautiful. So therefore I wanted to play with that palette today and create a matte brown eye look because I haven't done one on my channel. If you enjoy my videos, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new, you haven't subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Put on your post notifications so you will not miss a future upload. And without further ado, let's start to answer some questions and also play with some makeup. So I'm gonna start to prime my face with the Dior Face and Body Primer. I'm gonna add a little bit in my forehead and also on both sides of my face. So I just want to smoothen out pretty much all my face except for my nose and also my under eyes, because when I apply this on my under eyes I feel like it can look a little bit dry. So this is such a beautiful primer. I have been using it for the whole month of February and also now in March. So I love how this primer makes my makeup last all day. I also love how it makes my skin look, because your skin just looks flawless and beautiful, and you also get a little bit of glow as well. So next I'm gonna apply foundation. I'm gonna mix the Armani Luminous Silk in 3.5 mixed with a little bit of Too Faced Born This Way in Natural Beige. I have self-tan, so I am a little bit paler in my face. So I love to apply my foundation with this brush right here. This brush makes applying foundation so easy. So I'm just dabbing the product into my skin and then I'm also blending it out a little bit later. But the first question is, where do you live? And I am raised and born in Norway, which is in Scandinavia. So I have lived in Spain, Sweden, and also in New York. And New York will always have like a special place in my heart. I really love that city so much. But right now I'm living on the west coast in Norway. So I'm not sure if we will live here forever, but at this moment we are happy. And I am just waiting to travel again because I'm such a restless person. Like, I love to travel, I love to see new places, and for me staying in the same city for over a year without traveling out the country is just so boring. But we just have to make the most of it. But I'm living on the west coast in a city called Bergen in Norway. So next I'm gonna apply concealer, and I'm gonna use my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer as I always do. This is my favorite concealer. I really love the consistency of it because it's not too heavy, but it covers everything. So the next question is, when is your birthday? So my birthday is actually next week. I'm turning 29 and I actually can't believe it. Like, where did the past year go? It just flew by so fast. And now I'm taking the same brush as we used to apply our foundation. And I'm just going to use this to also blend out my concealer. And this will make everything come together, look more seamlessly and more blended out. So my birthday is March 18 and I am excited for my birthday. Last year I spent it in quarantine. So I was like waving to people outside through the window. So it was kind of a special birthday. Therefore I probably am not remembering it. I feel like I'm still 27. I don't feel like I'm turning 29, like I'm soon 30. That is crazy, but everybody tells me that 30 is the best. Now I'm gonna set my concealer with the SENSAI Loose Translucent Powder. I am loving this. It makes your skin look seamlessly. It will also take away your pores, and this is just a stunning powder. But I'm gonna set my under eyes, also my nose, because I tend to get a little bit oily there, and also my chin area with this one. So I have really been loving a luminous skin lately, so therefore I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Luminous Setting Powder to set the rest of my face. And I'm going to use the Real Technique setting brush. The next question is, what is your favorite movie? So that is a very hard one for me to answer because I have a lot of favorite movies. Lately, I have been loving watching series. So I'm not that big on movies anymore. But if I just had to choose one movie to watch for the rest of my life, I would have to go with A Walk to Remember. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It is such a cute love story, but it's also so sad. Like, I cry every single time I'm watching it. I have like stocked up. I have 3 hardcovers DVDs in my collection of that movie just because I love it so much. But definitely check out that movie. That is beautiful. And if I could choose more, I would have to go with Breakfast at Tiffany's. I love that one. And probably like Holiday. And I'm so huge on Christmas movies, but other than that, I love to watch series. So I love Suits, Gossip Girl, Sex and the City, Emily in Paris. If you haven't seen that, you need to watch it. If you love Gossip Girl, you will love this one as well. I also love Dynasty. If you haven't watched that on Netflix, you definitely need to watch it. It is so much fun. So that is kind of my vibe when it comes to series. So now I will go ahead and I will do my brows off camera and I will be right back. So now it's time to do our eyes. I'm going to start with this shade right here, which is called I'm Shy. And we're going to use this to set our lids. So I'm using a brush from MEKKA, which is called a shader brush. And we're just going to add this all over the lid and also up to the brows. So we have a clean canvas to start with. The next question is, how was your YouTube journey until now? And I started YouTube back in 2014, so I actually have been doing this for 7 years and I can't believe it. I didn't post for many months on and off just because I were busy with school and I was really struggling with anxiety and depression. So for me, YouTube were something I started because I had to be home a lot. I was afraid of going out because of my generalized anxiety. I was avoiding getting out in crowds and stuff just because I always got a panic attack. So for me, YouTube were a safe place. I could sit down, I could play with makeup, and I could do that at home, which were something that really made my passion for makeup grow as well. So I was not always as consistent as I am now. Now I post at least 1 video a week. So I have had my ups and downs. I had been away for months and then I came back, and it was pretty much like 2 years ago I really decided this is something I want to do on a daily basis just because I really enjoy it. I have my passion for makeup, and in 2017 I started my makeup artist education as well. So I am an educated makeup artist. So I have been working as a freelance makeup artist since 2017 and I have so much fun with it. So now I'm going to dig into the shade which is called Blowout, and we're going to place this into our crease. But yeah, I have been working as a freelance makeup artist since 2017 and that is thanks to YouTube. Like, I don't think I would have discovered my huge passion for makeup and started on my education if I didn't do YouTube. So since 2017, I have been working on TV series, I've been working on short movies. If you have been around my channel for a couple of years, you probably know that I used to work at Mac. I love that. It was so much fun, and now I'm working at the airport. YouTube has made me find my pathway in life. I'm so thankful for YouTube. I really wish I could do this full time. Then I would be so happy because I love to sit down, talk to you guys. I love to create cute makeup looks. I love to create videos. So now I'm going to take this shade which is called Top, and we're going to also place this into our crease. Then next question is favorite makeup product. And that is a hard one. I am not sure what even to say. So if I could choose more product, I would definitely have to go with the Dior Backstage Contour Palette, the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and also my liquid lipsticks. Like, I would choose every single liquid lipstick I have. Like, I love liquid lipstick so much. I love lip products. That is probably my favorite makeup product when it comes to categories. So I guess I will have to go with lipsticks and lip products. And as you can see, this palette is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. I'm going back and forth and I'm adding some dimension. Blending is key when it comes to eyeshadow. So this is like the perfect matte palette in my opinion. If you love neutral makeup looks, I feel like this is a palette everybody could enjoy having in their collection. So I really enjoy it. Next up, I'm going to take this shade, which is called Versatile, and we're also going to place this into the crease, but I'm going to keep this a little bit lower because we're going to build up the intensity of the outer part of the eyelid. And the next question is curly or straight here. And I must say that really depends on the day, it really depends on the makeup look, and it also depends on how I feel. I have been loving to have my hair straight now that my hair has gotten a little bit longer. So this is like my everyday. I always have a very straight, slicked back hair. So I feel like for everyday, I would say straight hair. And for more special occasions, I would go with curly hair. I feel like curly hair is so beautiful, but I don't feel like I suit it on an everyday basis. If I'm not wearing makeup, I feel like curly hair on me just looks... I just look a little bit overdressed, if you know what I mean. So I really feel like I have to pull it out with the right outfit, the right makeup. I would go for straight hair on an everyday and then curly hair for more special occasions. And the next question is, if you had a boat, what would you name it? And that is such a hard question because I have no idea. Like my grandparents have had boats all my life, so I've always been out every single summer. So I really miss that, and I feel like in the future I really want to have a boat on my own. Of course, that has just been a huge part of my childhood. I just love it so much, but if I had to come up with a name, I think it has to be a girl name, right? I've actually never thought about it. So if you have any good boat names, then please leave them down below so we can see what you guys would have chosen. I have no idea, so that was a very hard question to answer. I've actually never thought about it, so I think I would go with something that has to do with traveling or like living free, being happy. That was a good question though, but it was very hard to answer. So next I'm going to take this shade, which is called Craving Chocolate, and we're going to place this on our outer part and also into the crease as well. So as you can see, applying a deeper shade really intensifies the eye. So the next question is, how has your life been after marriage? And to be honest, I feel like it is just exactly the same as it was. But I think that also has to do with the pandemic. So we haven't been on our honeymoon. We're not allowed to travel, and we're just pretty much staying at home because there's not a lot of things to do and there's not a lot of things open. But I'm so happy we had our wedding in October. I'm so thankful that the country actually opened up the week before our wedding and then it closed down the week after our wedding. So we were in so much luck, and I'm so happy we did it. I feel like everybody needed to get out of the house. It was so much fun to hang out with all the families, all our friends, and just have a little bit of a celebration in the middle of a very sad and depressing everyday. I'm so longing to travel, and hopefully we can get back to Italy sooner than later because we were supposed to go there last summer and we couldn't. Hopefully we can travel soon again so we can go on our honeymoon. We hadn't really planned anything out because we knew like we weren't able to travel anyway, so we're just having that on hold. So I am so looking forward to have a weekend trip away, like to see something new, explore, and just get away from our everyday life. So next I think I will take this shade, which is called Silk Robe, and we're gonna place this in our inner corners and also put it onto our eyelids all the way out to the darker shades. So I'm going to blend these two together with a little bit of a darker shade. So I am loving this shade. So beautiful. So now I will have to go with a little bit of a darker shade. I would take Bed or Floor right here, and we will add this pretty much on the middle of our eyelids. So we will not have like a very sharp transition. And then I will take more of the Craving Chocolate and just blend the edges together. So the next question is, what do you do for work? And as I talked a little bit about earlier in this video, I am a makeup artist, so I am working at the airport, but due to the pandemic, we are suspended. I think there's just a couple of people working at the duty-free. So I'm working in a duty-free that sells perfume, skincare, and makeup, and also some accessories. And I love that so much. It is so fun to connect with traveling people all day and help them out with tips and tricks, and I'm really enjoying that. So other than that, I'm also working as a freelance makeup artist, so I have my own company, but there's not a lot of work these days. So I'm pretty much at home all day now. I have been home since March last year, and it can be very boring. I really miss my social life at work. I miss my colleagues. I miss talking to customers, and I really miss like work life. But I'm so thankful at least I have YouTube, so I get to talk to you guys, I get to film and do fun things that I really enjoy, and also play with some makeup. So now I'm gonna take this dark brown shade, which is called Money Shot, and I'm gonna place that to the outer part. I'm just gonna take a tiny amount because these shadows are so pigmented. But yeah, that is what I do for a living, and hopefully I can get my work back. I'm just waiting for people to travel again, for the country to open up so I can get back to work. There's a huge change in my life. Like, I used to have a lot more money, and now I'm like getting money from the government. But that is what I do for work. I also am studying to become a wedding and event planner because I loved planning my wedding so much that I actually started a course. So I've always loved to plan events and decorate and style events, and I'm a very creative person, so therefore I think this will be a fun way to explore my creativity, and I'm so excited. But it would be so much fun to plan out weddings for other people, plan out events, and I can't wait for my 30th birthday because then I'm gonna have a huge party. Hopefully. I also think that is a great tip if you are sitting at home and you don't know what to do. Try to see if you can do some online courses, online education, and just keep yourself busy because that is so important right now. So next I'm going to take this Versatile again, and I'm going to place that on my lower lash. And I'm not taking this shade all the way to the inner corners just because that will make the eyes appear smaller. So I'm keeping it pretty much from the middle and out. So now I am very satisfied with how my eyes look, so I think I will apply mascara and lashes off camera just to save some time. So now I'm back, and what I used was the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, which I love. And then I also added a little bit of the MAC Eye Kohl in Smolder, just to tightline and also in my lower waterlines as well. And then I decided to go for the Red Cherry Lashes in Birmingham. I really loved it. I actually cut it in half. So I just have a half lash on my outer corners. So now it's time to contour. I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Contour Palette, which has become my favorite contour palette of all times. I just love this. This is just perfect in my opinion. It has that perfect amount of cool tone that I love. It also shows up perfectly on the skin. It's not too heavy. It is very natural looking. It really glides into the skin. So I'm going to use this Jaclyn Hill contour brush, which is the JH07. I'm gonna mix both of these shadows right here, but as you can see, it has that perfect amount of cool tone. It really shows up very natural onto the skin as well. It's not looking powdery. It looks like your skin, but even better. And I love to use this one as well because it has a little bit of luminosity, so it will make your skin look very natural and give you that glow from within. So I'm just gonna apply some to my forehead, temple, cheekbones, jawline, and all that. So the next question is, what was some of your challenges when starting your YouTube channel? And as I said earlier, I did not post on a regular basis at the beginning, so that was one of my challenges because I felt like editing, filming, and everything took me forever. I am a little bit of a perfectionist, so at the beginning I was so afraid of what people would think of me doing YouTube, what my friends would think, what people living here would say, and that was also a challenge, I would say, because I was so afraid that people would judge me for doing YouTube, especially since I'm speaking English. I felt like my English weren't good enough. I was so shy. If you go back and watch some of my oldest videos, you would see me like look into the viewfinder. I was looking down a lot. I did not look into the camera and I was very insecure by myself. I didn't tell anyone in my family. I didn't tell any friends. I was keeping YouTube as a secret for so long because I was afraid of being judged and what other people would think. But now YouTube for me is like so normal. I can sit down in front of a camera and I immediately just switch over to English. And after a while you will get used to sitting in front of a camera and talking to yourself. And that is also a challenge, I would say. And also having the time to film, post, and edit. So I spent like 12 hours every single day studying because I really wanted to get into med school. So therefore I felt like time were an issue for me, but luckily I have gotten so much support. Everybody really enjoys my videos and that makes me so happy. But that was a huge challenge for me to actually tell my friends and family. We learn as we grow and I wouldn't be without this. If you are sitting at home thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just do it. Don't think, just do it. If you feel insecure, don't tell your friends or anything, just do it. Post videos and then everything will come very natural and you will not regret it. So now for blush, I'm going to use my NARS Orgasm blush, which has been one of my favorites lately. So I'm just gonna add a little bit onto my cheeks. And this is such a beautiful pink shade. I'm loving it. So now I'm gonna apply some highlighter. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Master Chrome in Diamond Glow. So this is a stunning highlighter. I am loving it. I'm going to apply it with a Jessup 217 brush, just because my highlighter brush is downstairs. But the next question is, how do you manage to stay positive in this pandemic? So I feel like it is so easy to get depressed and feel a little bit lost and lonely in these times, just because there's a lot of people struggling and there's a lot of negative news. And what I do to stay positive in this pandemic is to turn off the TV. So when the pandemic came to Norway in March, I was like constantly watching the news. I got panic attack after panic attack. I was so afraid. I really thought we were all going to die and that this were the end of the world. But after a couple of weeks, I turned off the TV. I don't watch the news anymore. I don't read the newspaper just because I don't want to have all that negativity constantly in my face, because I feel like it can be very bad for you. So my first tip is to turn off the news. Don't watch it, don't read it, don't scare yourself, because there's a lot of propaganda out there. They're constantly talking about the numbers, death numbers. There's just numbers everywhere. They're constantly talking about the negative part of this pandemic. They are never sharing positive news. They're never sharing things you can do. So I turned off the news. That was the first thing, and my anxiety went away. Then I started to read up a lot. I read a lot of studies, I bought a lot of books, and I started to focus on building up my immune system. I'm taking all my vitamins, I'm eating healthy, I'm trying to eat as clean as possible, just to make my body the healthiest it can be. So by doing that, your body will have a stronger immune system and you can handle it better if you get the disease. I have decided to let love guide me, not fear. I will not read anything that scares me. I will not focus on negative things. I'm trying to stay as positive as I can. I'm trying to evolve as a person. I'm meditating, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm filming, I'm doing things that I love instead of obsessing about negative things. And that is so important because you will feel a lot better. So once you let go of fear and let love guide you, you will see that the world is a beautiful place. So I am walking outside and I'm looking at the sky, I'm smiling, I'm getting a little bit of sun in my face, and I'm enjoying life. And I've also decided to focus on the positive things of this pandemic. So I get to spend more time with family, I get to be more at home doing what I love, which is YouTube. And I'm trying to do things that I love, and I'm trying to do things for me. And just thinking about the pandemic and thinking about all the people struggling makes me so sad, and I get so angry that we are closing down the economy, that people are losing their livelihoods, they're losing their jobs, and I'm just getting so frustrated, and I really wish I could do something. But I really, really wish you a healthy life and focus on the positive. Let love guide you, not fear. If you watch something that makes you fearful, turn it off. If you read something that makes you fearful, toss it away. Keep your focus on things that makes you happy. Explore new things, like do new activities, read some new books, learn something new. Use this time to evolve as a person instead of just watching the news and get all that negativity up in your face. Because when you're constantly watching the news, you get so much negativity into your body, and that is not good. So focus on things you love, try to evolve as a person, read up some self-care books, start to meditate, start to work out, and spend this time, because there is actually something good here as well. I get to hang out with my child a lot more than I would if I were at work. So I'm very grateful for that. So I'm trying to turn around the negativity and turn it into something positive. And always choose love and let go of fear, because once you let go of fear, you will look at the world in a totally new way. And that was what I did, and I'm so grateful that I'm evolving as a person. I'm focusing on my mental health. I'm focusing on being the healthiest person I can be, and that is just what I do. I'm trying to listen to music, blast some music, dance, sing, and do all these things that makes me happy within, because that is the most important. If you're feeling well and you're happy with who you are and where you are, everything else will be figured out on the way. So now I'm gonna set my face with the YSL Hydrating Setting Spray. This is my favorite, so I'm just gonna spray a lot in my face. So now I'm gonna do my lips. I'm gonna use these products today. So I'm gonna start off by lining my lips with the Jeffree Star lip liner in the shade Celebrity Skin. And this is one of my favorite nude colors. I absolutely love it. Next, I'm gonna take the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Pure Hollywood. And then I'm gonna go back in with the liner, and I'm just going to blend out the edges a little bit. And then I'm gonna add some lip gloss, just because my lips are a little bit dry at the moment, so we really need some moist. And this is the Lancome lip gloss in shade 351. And that is the complete look. I will answer a few more questions before I go, just because I got a lot of questions. I'm trying my best to answer all of them, but I like to talk, as you may hear. So this video is probably way too long, but I will answer some more. When did you start to wear makeup? And I started to wear makeup when I were in 7th grade. And that means that I was about 12 or 13 years old. But I only started to wear eyeliner, mascara, eyeshadow, and maybe a little bit of lip gloss. I was not wearing foundation at that age. I remember I loved red, like bold red eyeshadow or bold blue eyeshadow. I was wearing it all over my lid. It was not blended. I was wearing eyeliner in my waterline and then a little bit of mascara. I looked crazy looking back at those pictures, but I was feeling so bomb. But I think I was about 14 years when I first started wearing foundation. I had a lot of acne back then, especially on my chin and also my forehead. So therefore I started to wear foundation because I really wanted to cover it up. But my skin was so oily. I was always oily on my chin, my forehead, and also my nose. So the first foundation I ever tried out were the Chanel Perfection Lumiere. I remember it so well. I always had a lot of eyeliner in my waterline. Sometimes I didn't even use mascara. I just added tons of black liner in my waterline. So I was looking crazy back then, but I felt so cool, and I remember it still to this day. And it is so much fun to see how everything has changed since I was 13, and compared to now, everybody is like having their perfect brows, eyeshadow is on fleek, and skin is on fleek. Everything is on fleek now. People are starting early with makeup, but I feel like if you have a perfect skin, I would not put on a heavy foundation when you are that young. And that is just from my perspective. Like, I feel like some people may start to cover up their beautiful perfect skin with a lot of makeup at an early stage, and I wouldn't recommend that. Then I would rather go with a powder or more like a BB cream or something light. I would never recommend a full coverage foundation to somebody that has perfect skin and is about 13 years old. But I started to use foundation just because I had a lot of acne due to getting my period and all that, and due to puberty. I got a lot of acne, my skin were an oily mess, but I think I was around 16 when I first started exploring more with makeup and applying like a full makeup look. And the last question I will answer is, how do you clean out your pores? And I would say the most important thing when it comes to having a clean and clear skin is to exfoliate your skin. So I exfoliate my skin at least once a week. If you are oily, I would recommend to exfoliate at least 2 times a week. So I'm using a peeling gel, a peeling mask, or a pore cleaning mask just to get rid of all the dead skin, to minimize the appearance of pores as well. So I'm making sure that my skin is clean. I'm making sure to have a good staple skincare routine, because if you really want a good looking skin and a flawless face when using makeup, it all comes down to your skincare routine. If your routine is not good, if you're not cleaning your skin, you can't expect to have a beautiful, flawless makeup look, just because your skincare is so important. Your skincare is key. So my top tips right here is to have a good skincare routine. Wash your face every single morning and night. Be sure to use a toner. If you have big pores, use a toner that is supposed to minimize your pores. Also exfoliate your skin at least once a week with an exfoliating mask, a peeling mask, or something that is supposed to get rid of the dead skin and get rid of all the products that has accumulated to your pores. Because even if you don't wear makeup every single day, you get exposed to a lot of impurities when you go outside that is floating around in the air. So be sure to exfoliate, have a good skincare routine, use a toner, use a serum, and that is kind of my best tips. I will have a skincare routine up. Keep an eye out for that. It will be out very soon. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to check out this palette if you haven't. It has the most beautiful pigmented brown matte shades. This is pretty much all you need in your collection if you are all about brown matte shadows. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to do more of these videos. I had so much fun doing my makeup and also answering questions, and I'm sorry if I were not able to answer your question, but I feel like this video is way too long, so I would definitely have to do a part 2 of this. If you have more questions, leave them down below and I will try to make a part 2 of this video. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, put on your post notification, and leave a comment, #notification squad in the comments, so I know you have joined the fam. And I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.